This is the first time I've been on TV since Gareth Bale announced his retirement from football. Dawes, you played with him. You'd have seen him come through. You'd have seen that streak he had where they couldn't win for, what, was it 25 matches? And then he went on to become, at the point in time, the world's most expensive player, multiple Champions League, international success, taking Wales to the World Cup, their first in over 60 years, getting to the semis of another tournament. I mean, what a career he's had. Amazing. Phenomenal.
Absolutely phenomenal. And I don't think he always got the respect that he deserved. Look, I was honoured to play with him, captaining for a few years at Spurs, and he carried us. Some of the goals were only players could dream of. He was up there with Messi and Ronaldo at periods in his career. The difference, he didn't have the longevity what those two players have had. 5 Champions League. He won everything with Real Madrid, and now it's a young age at 33 to be retiring, but a great guy, great family man, and he deserves all the plaudits he's getting at this moment in time, and see what the next chapter in his life will be. But I certainly wish him well, because he was a great teammate and a good friend.
How's your golf game, Dawes?
Mine? Yeah. Not as good as his.
Well, now you've got plenty of time to practice with Gareth Bale. I want to see you both on the tour. Is that possible?
There's no chance with me. No. Look, believe it or not, when Gas first started playing, he's one of those lads that whatever sport he did, he picked the golf club up, he could hit it a miles. He was a little bit wayward. This was probably 2010 he started playing, so a few of us used to play regular. And he obviously played and practiced. Yeah, and he's phenomenal at that as well, I think.
I want to see him, Shevchenko, who's playing off scratch, Lee Sharp, who is down here in Malaysia with us. I believe he's got a handicap of 1 or so. Who else is really good? A few of the really, really good professional footballers who've turned golfer. And Kev, I mean, you would have seen Gareth Bale plenty of times, as much as any of the viewers out there. Where does he rank amongst the greatest British players, considering what he's achieved? I know maybe his longevity is not as great as others, but what he's achieved in his trophy cabinet is astronomical.
I think what we have to do to give Gareth his proper flowers is you've got to talk about eras. The era that Gareth Bale came through, and don't forget he was a left back who converted to a left mid. And when he went to left mid or a wing back, he just absolutely blew up. He just took it to another level. And you know, when he went to Real Madrid, a lot of people in Madrid were like, Gareth Bale. But he soon won them over. And you know, Gareth Bale's one of the highest goal scorers at Real Madrid. He scored 105 goals or 106 goals for Real Madrid. He's won Champions League. He's been a difference maker for Real Madrid. So I think Gareth Bale's been one of the greatest exponents from the Premier League into Europe, as well as, because there ain't many players who are in the Premier League who travel. He travelled, and what an impact he made. I mean, scoring winning goals in Champions Leagues, etc., winning, you know, domestic cups, winning domestic leagues. He's been an incredible player. And I'd say for players who've gone abroad, he's up there. He's probably in the top 3 or 4.
Really quickly.
Definitely in the top 3 or 4.
For you, Dawes, greatest British players, because, I mean, if we're going to factor in this long list, you've got to put in people like Stanley Matthews, Sir Bobby Charlton, and what they've achieved. Ryan Giggs, his countryman, his longevity was the best of any Premier League player. Where does Bale fit in terms of best British players?
Yeah, for me, he's got to be up there. And you talk about Wales, how privileged he was to play for them. You see some players that they're having a great club career, and maybe the international comes and it's put on the back burner. He went to Wales and helped them. You look at the Euros, getting to the World Cup that's just gone. Yes, it didn't go to the way Wales wanted it to. And that was probably a factor in Gaz retiring. Gaz was a speed merchant. And when you get older, he's had his injuries, had to look after his body, he's had to deal with that. And he's obviously just got to a point. But yeah, I mean, for me, the best player I ever played with, because he could win a game out of nothing. And I've been very fortunate to play with some world-class players. You look at Berbatov, you look at Robbie Keane, Defoe, Modric, Davids. Ledley King, some world-class players. But Gaz he could win a game. It was like playing men against boys in the playground at times. And the goals we saw in the Premier League, I think it was 12-13 season, phenomenal. I think there was 9, and some of them were just... I could only dream of scoring them, Adam. I really, really could.
Worldies.